All right, I look like a disaster. I'm sorry about that. It's late at night, and I was trying to do a live stream of this tag because I thought it would be fun to kind of change up the format as I do each tag. But you know what? My internet is the world's worst, and it kept cutting out. I tried to switch it from Wi-Fi to data and back again, and it was just not having it. So I'm refilming everything again. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind because I want to make sure it's, first of all, one video, but number two, I want to be able to get my points across without interruption. So I'm going to try to make it to where this video is not more than 30 minutes, but I want to just talk a little bit about how I interpreted the question and then give you the answer. So this tag was about favorite comebacks of all time, K-pop wise, and I thought really hard about it because I feel like some questions people ask you, you kind of have this generic answer that everybody else has. Like, for instance, best dark concept, Vix's Voodoo Doll. But I wanted to pick answers that were a little bit more thoughtful or maybe had a different interpretation of the question. And so roll with me on this. There's a couple that have like really straightforward answers, but a couple that I kind of took a different approach. So let's start with Dark Concept by Vix. And I say by Vix because I did choose a Vix song. I chose Error by Vix. I chose Error by Vix because I love the idea of kind of AI and what defines humanity. And when you watch that video, you feel so bad for the robots in the video. And you kind of are like, well, what's the difference between a robot choosing to end its existence and a person committing suicide? Because it feels like the same thing and it draws that same kind of emotion of sorrow and, you know, regret and wishing that things hadn't turned out this way. And so I definitely feel like it kind of calls into question, what does our humanity mean, which is a very dark thought to have. So that's why it was my choice for best dark concept. But there's a lot of really great dark concepts in K-pop. One of the darkest videos in K-pop would be Pray by Sunny Hill. I hate watching that video because it is just so bleak and sad. But at the same time, you know, sometimes in pop music, not everything is happy, you know, and not everything is just cut and dry. Some things require a little bit more thought. So, you know, it's good to kind of get out of the bubble, and instead of beautiful dancing boys and girls, let's think about what we're watching here. So next we have favorite cute concept. And when people think cute, they think, you know, the girl groups of the world and, you know, schoolgirl costumes and just kind of, you know, making fun faces and aegyo and all that stuff. I thought of something a little bit different. I thought of cute as like, what's something that is like universally beloved? Something that everybody agrees, oh, that's cute. And so I went with Like This by the Wonder Girls. I just love the fact that, you know, it's little kids and grandmas and moms and dads and everybody dancing with the Wonder Girls and just having a great time. And, you know, the dance is not super sexy. It's a fun dance and everybody can do it. It's not super hard to do. And so I just thought it was really cute. You know, the video makes me smile when I watch it. And that to me is the definition of cute. Something that you're just like, aw, you know, that is the sound that goes with cute. And so Like This by the Wonder Girls. So the opposite of cute maybe is sexy. And for favorite sexy concept, I initially was going to go with Erase by Jooyoung and Hyolyn because I love kind of the vibe of that song, you know, hello, you know, just everything about it just like, ooh, steamy. But then I was like, what is a video that when I think about sexy videos in other people, or a video that gets me like hot under the collar, that like is my personal definition of sexy? And it's Ad Toy by 2PM. First of all, Ad Toy by 2PM, best comeback they ever had. Probably their last super great song and video pairing. It is the song I think of when I think of 2PM, and that video is so sexy, and it's sexy for what you don't see. Like, don't get me wrong, Wooyoung without a shirt is always going to be sexy, but what's sexy is between like the sleight of hand and kind of the, you know, leaning in close and all that stuff. It's what you don't see and what you know it's leading to that's very, very sexy. And then also kind of the taboo of it, because each of the members is flirting with original sin. And this woman is kind of the one that's causing them all to become sinners. So it's a very taboo concept. And I like taboo. I think that's very sexy. I don't know. I'm a bad girl. Next, let's go to favorite powerful concept. Favorite powerful concept, instead of it being like big sound, big set, you know, dark and ominous and that general definition of power, I went with powerful statement, because I think that K-pop has the ability to do what American pop music does. It can, in a way, shine a light in an area that people are maybe afraid to talk about, but because the music is mainstream, it has the ability to take an underground message and bring that forward into the mainstream. And so I picked Fuck You by Guyan. First of all, she's doing so many things in this video that K-pop idols aren't supposed to do. You know, she's making out with her boyfriend. She is, you know, half naked and being intimate and acknowledging a relationship. But then the song talks about the violation of a person in a relationship by a romantic partner. And in a patriarchy like South Korea, where people may not think that people in relationships could rape each other, she's saying, yeah, if I told you no, then it is rape. If I say don't want it now and you try to get it from me, fuck you. That's not right. And I just think it's wonderful that she addresses kind of that power struggle of, you know, a woman's voice versus a man's want, and what society says is appropriate. Because Bumkey, who plays his part extremely well in the vocals, like, you know, well, what's the problem? We're in love. So this is what people in love do. And she's like, yeah, but I don't want it now. And you should respect that. You should respect my autonomy. And so I just love it. I think it's wonderful. And if you've never seen it, you should watch it. The song is also super duper good. Next, I have favorite innocent concept. Now, this is way more straightforward, because this is something that, like, it is literally babies and balloons. It's Balloons by DBSK. So Balloons is not a video I watch very often, because the song is so saccharine and sweet, and just, it sounds like a song that would be the theme song to, like, We Got Married or Hello Baby. Like, it's got that kind of a sound. And the members of DBSK are dressed in animal costumes, and they've got little miniature versions of their selves dressed in animal costumes. And there's balloons and streamers and all the cutie patootie things in the world. But what makes it watchable is that you can tell that the members of the group were, like, fed up, that they didn't want to do this video, and they're like, ugh, can't believe we're having to do this. And so it makes me laugh to, like, see their faces whenever they're not, like, the focus of the camera, and then being kind of like, are we done yet? Is this over yet? I just think it's so funny. So yeah, favorite innocent concept, because even though it's totally made like puppy dogs and babies, it's also like, when can I get the hell out of here? Duh, gag. So I just think it's funny. Next, we have Best Dance. And Best Dance was really hard for me, because K-pop has so many classic dances. Like G is such a classic dance. Lucifer, such a classic dance. You know, there's so, Psy's Gangnam Style, you know, classic dances. But I decided to pick a song and dance that are inextricable for me. Like, if I think of one, I have to think of the other. And so I chose Dope by BTS. I cannot think of the song Dope without the dancing running in my mind. It always runs together. You could turn the sound off on that video. I could watch that choreography and I know which lyric goes with which move. Like, it's so inextricably linked. It's my favorite BTS choreography. It was the one I looked forward to the most when I went to go see them in concert. It is everything. And so yeah, my absolute favorite, I think, is Dope by BTS. But there are so many, like, close favorites. Like Shiny's Sherlock is one of my favorite choreographies in K-pop of all time. When it comes to girl groups, I love G-Friend's choreography. I think they do amazing work. Like there's just so much that you can cull from. So this was one that was very hard for me, but yeah, like it is one of those ones again. I cannot separate the song from the dance. The mental connection is just solid. So there you go. Next, most quirky concept. And this one, I had to bring SHINee into this some way, somehow. So I chose Married to the Music by SHINee. And I chose it because, first of all, SHINee decided to do a video inspired by Rocky Horror Picture Show. How random and weird. The video consists of every member of SHINee being murdered. How rando and weird. It's got like really like intentionally poorly done CGI. It is like totally kitschy and like it's hilarious and weirdo, and like you can tell what's going on the minute the members of SHINee carry Jonghyun through the front door. Like you could tell what you're in for. But then if you think about it, it's a video about SHINee being murdered by their fans. It's basically like a rebuke of fan culture, like how we basically are devouring our idols, you know? And I just think that it's so clever, but it's couched in this very entertaining thing. And so, yeah, I love it. I love Married to the Music, and it was an obvious choice for most quirky concept. Next, we have most creative. So if you haven't seen this video, I don't know what you're waiting for. Turn this off and go watch this video. My most creative was Please Don't by K-Will. Now, when you start watching this video, if you've never seen it before, you're not going to understand why I picked it as creative, because it is a very standard kind of boy meets girl kind of love song video. But there is a change about a minute from the end of the video where all of a sudden things start happening, and it is one of the best plot twists in all of K-pop. And if you have never seen it before, I have to say that I envy you, because I only wish that I could watch that video every time and not know what the plot twist was. Also because it handles a very sensitive subject matter in a way that's not disrespectful, in a way that is kind of treating it like something regular that happens to everybody. And the kind of normalness of the treatment I find very avant-garde, because the subject matter of the video, they definitely could have played it a lot of different ways, but I feel like it was played very well. Very well. So, most creative goes to Please Don't by K-Will. Best outfits. So, there's so much wrong with K-pop clothing. If the question had been worst outfits, I could have come up with a mile-long list. And you know, there are certain outfits that I think are cute, or maybe that are very memorable. Like the outfits for Girls' Day Something are very memorable to me. And like when you see them, you know what you're going to be hearing. But this one I chose as my favorite because I just remember watching this video and thinking, this video is gorgeous, and this is the best that these women have ever looked in a video. And it's I Love You by 2NE1. So 2NE1 for years and years and years were styled by Jeremy Scott, and they had a very close working relationship. And I don't think that Jeremy Scott has always given 2NE1 the best looks. But this video, it's the best that I've ever seen Dara look, even though she had the half-shaved head. It looked great on her. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought she looked amazing, glorious. Bomb, she looked the way that I think that she always wanted to look. Her hair, her makeup, oh my gosh, like she just looks so good. Minji looked amazing. I thought that they styled her short hair just right. Like, she's always had short hair in the context of the group, but sometimes they've done her short hair in a really weird way. I thought her bob looked perfect in this video, and I thought the outfit they chose worked perfect with the bob. And then CL, I mean, my gosh, that cat suit. Everyone looked amazing in this video. And then the video itself is gorgeous, and it's opulent, and it's decadent, and you know, it's just it's the universe I want to live in if I'm given the option. But I love that video, and I love the way they look, and it is my favorite K-pop outfits. The last question was most unique concept, and with most unique concept, I had to give it to Yesterday by shawol360. It is not a video that I think a lot of people have watched. The first time I watched that video, I cried. It's basically about the end of the world. It is about the apocalypse happening and it all being over, and a world with nothing but ashes and dust and maybe a few survivors, but nothing left to indicate that they'll even make it for very much longer. And it shows clips of yesterday, the day before this happened, and the mistakes you make when you don't know that your world's going to be over soon. And I just find it haunting, and the vocal is gorgeous. And to talk about the end of the world and to express regrets and to just be so forthcoming and emotional in pop music, I don't know, I just never heard anything like it. But you know, again, with Shia, he's an artist who doesn't do things that everybody else does. No one else is doing Talent Telegraph. No one else is doing Flower. No one else is doing 11 a.m. Like, these are just singular, unique things that he does. And they're powerful, and they're stunning, and his voice is gorgeous. And this was one of those times where it ticked all the boxes for me. Also, there's kind of a religious component to it. I think Shia is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's just, there's just a lot going on. The CGI is not my fave, I'll be honest. The CGI in that video is pretty terrible, but the emotions portrayed by the actors and the emotions in the vocal and that kind of desire to just go back in time and, like, if I knew that it was all going to be over today, I would hold you so close, and I would treat you so much better, and I would be so much kinder, and I would take every opportunity if I knew this was my last opportunity to be with you. I just think that's magnificent, and it's the way that we all should live. We should all live as if the last time we'll get to speak to our loved ones is right now. That way we don't have the regrets of the things that we didn't do or we didn't say, because, you know, the fact of the matter is tomorrow is not guaranteed. Never has been, never will be. You know, the only thing that's guaranteed is that one day you won't have a tomorrow. So, you know, do what you can now. Be as loving as you can now. Be as supportive as you can now. You know, don't take these moments for granted, because you don't know how many more of these moments you have left. So I hate to end this video on a kind of somber note, but it's better than ending it on an angry note, because I've already tried to film this video so many times and it wasn't fun to have to keep getting interrupted. But I hope that you enjoy this, and I thank you for watching. And yeah, you know, that's it for me, and I will talk to you guys later. Ooh, 20 minutes. I did better than a half an hour. Yes! Bye, guys.